weeds. Yeah. So it's dope, bro. You have to feed this dude. Yeah.
All right. Go this way, move around some more. Make sure the light is in just top.
Good right here.
Yeah.
The volume good on it.
Yep, everything's good there.
Good.
It's all about the light and exposure. Let's see here.
Big bottle, ring lights they got.
Now, how you want to be introduced?
Adrian, owner of, president of, I guess, if we going introducing me, or is it about my business, or however you want?
Yourself and your business. So,
No.
how we're gonna do it? Start with your life story. Where you grew up. Who raised you is an important question. To the foundation skills of what they, embed in you and how you grew you to, we can go from there to how you were as a teenager or that preteen age, personal development, things like that, to after graduation. Basically, life story to where we are today now. I'll ask you open-ended questions. Like sometimes you'll say something and I'll get your last word or last few sentences. I'm like, and I ask you that question. Just keep open up.
Yeah, but Adrian Whiteside is my name. ADRIAN WHITESID. Adrian Whiteside. So, and Rugged Pass Righteous Future is the nonprofit, and RPRF, which is Rugged Pass. Logistics is the logistics company, the trucking company.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I'm here today with Adrian Whiteside, owner of Rugged Pass.
Righteous Future.
Righteous Future. Yes, yes, sir. I know I was gonna get it the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. So it was a blessing for you to have you in this presence today. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
And let's start with my very first question, man. So first question is, who are you and where are you from?
Okay. Man, my name is Adrian Whiteside. From a little small town called Greer, South Carolina. It's right between Greenville and Spartanburg, upstate South Carolina. You from Charleston?
Yeah.
All right. So you're a Carolina boy yourself.
Yes, sir.
Down at the Geechee area.
Yes, sir. I'm a John's Island, so I'm good at Geechee.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's what's up. Yeah, man. I played at Burns High School, so I'm very familiar with Charleston area. You know what I'm saying? Played ball against them. Yeah.
So y'all play against Somerville?
Somerville in the state championship one year. Yeah. A homeboy of mine played against some Prince Miller. Yeah.
Oh,
Against,
nice.
The receiver out of was it AJ? It was.
So y'all play against AJ Green?
Yeah. He played against AJ Green in the state championship down there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From Burns, so yeah.
Okay.
That's where I'm from the area.
Greer,
yeah.
Dang, okay. That's home. That's right there.
Yeah. That's born and raised, man.
Nice. So growing up in Greer, man, what was it like for you in that town there?
Greer is unique, man, because like I said, it's right in the middle of Greenville and Spartanburg, which is two. South Carolina is not a big state, so your cities is not as big as some of the bigger areas, some bigger states. But those two are the largest cities in South Carolina, and Greer kind of nestled in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? But it has a lot of it's country. Right. it's very country, man. But just like any place, you got your crime and you got your things that you gotta duck and dive. But I love Greer, man. I loved it. It made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? And gave me the fiber that I got, to be where I am now. Yeah, I love it.
So who raised you? Like your mom, did you grow up in a 2-parent household, 1-parent household? How was that?
That's very crazy, man. My mother had me at 13. Yes, my mother was actually 12 years old when she was pregnant with me. Her birthday is February 15th, 1970. Mine's March 7th, 1983.
Both y'all Pisces.
Both of us. And she had just turned 13 a month and a week before I was born. So my great grandparents raised me, which was awesome, man, because a lot of that old wisdom, you know what I'm saying, kind of fell back on me, because at this time they was done raising kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't did their job, you know what I'm saying? So they was living their lives, and then here I come, you know. And they took me, man, and they kind of put me under my grandfather did, put me under his wing and taught me the ropes, you know what I'm saying? The old school ways, man. Some of that old lessons. The old discipline, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. But it was great, man. My grandmother, she worked 2 jobs, and you know what I'm saying, came home, made sure, you know, me and my actually my mother's younger brother, when they came and got me, they got him as well. Because of course she's 13, she's not able to raise a baby, you know what I'm saying? And they came and got me, man, and got him, and they raised us up as brothers, and you know, got us into sports and football, and you know, try to keep us out of the things that was happening in Grip. But of course, you always kind of a product of your environment and kind of fall into some of those gaps, man. But they did the best they could with us, man. And being, like I said, not grandparents, they was great grandparents. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they was done raising kids, man. They didn't did their job.
They was trying to relax.
They was trying to relax, man. They weren't trying to have no kids, man. But yeah, they a blessing, man. My grandparents, they not here now, obviously, but they got me and my brother, and they raised us and taught us the ropes and their old wisdom, their old, you know what I'm saying, lessons. And yeah, I love it.
So what's something today that you still live by, that your great granddad taught you, and that you still have that his voice in your head, and those words always, like, you know, I'm okay, you know?
Man, I tell you, we had a cafe, liquor house, right, in the backyard.
Yeah, I know you talk about a little hole in the wall.
Yeah, a little hole in the wall. Yeah, we had one in the backyard, which he built himself, him and his brother, from the ground up. And mind you, man, this man is a man with a 3rd grade education, you know what I'm saying? So back in their time, he was born in 1932. So, you know what I'm saying? In that time, for them, education was hard, you know what I'm saying, for African Americans, things like that. So he only had a 3rd grade education. So to be able to build a building, you know what I'm saying, that was extraordinary. But I remember one day they was putting a bathroom on the back, like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a hole in the wall. So to keep people from using outside, you know what I'm saying, he was building his own bathroom. And he called me over. I was young, man, probably 10, 11 years old, and he was like, do you see these nails? I was like, yeah. He was like, you see these bolts? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you know, these little nails and little bolts hold up this big building. It's the little things. He was like, you pull these little nails out, you pull these little bolts out, this whole building will fall. He said, so it's the little things, and that have always stuck with me in my life, because it's the little things that make the big things, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very, very, with my businesses, with the things that I do, I pay attention to the little things, those little details, because without those, everything would kind of crumble. And I think they kind of stuck with me for years. And I didn't get that when he was telling me at 10, 11 years old, watching them hammer on the building and stuff. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? But as I got older, it kind of resonated and made a lot of sense. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. And that's how he did it is dope.
Yeah. That old wisdom. That old way of kind of getting you to understand things, you know what I'm saying, in their way, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was his way of speaking to me, like, hey, you might not get this now, but down the road you'll understand, man. It's the little things, man. So pay attention to it.
Nice. Yeah. So you're going through your life, you know, as a kid, you're growing up in your great grandparents' household. So now you're, say, high school. What was you like in high school?
Football, man.
Yeah.
Football.
What position?
I played tailback and cornerback.
Yes, sir. I play outside and running back.
All right.
So I'm good.
Yeah, I played tailback and run. Well, and being where we're from, you gotta have an activity. You gotta have something to keep you busy, because if not, you're gonna be doing everything else. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, my brother, he played ball and he was very good, you know, and he was 4 years older than me. So me going into high school, he was already graduating. So he had already had a name, and they were like, okay, now there's another one coming behind him, you know what I'm saying? And I had built my name up from there. And like I said, I started playing when I was 7, because my great-grandparents had to give us activities. Man, you got to get something to do, you know what I'm saying? These little kids, so they put us in the football and put us in the sports, man. And when I got into high school, man, I was running that ball, man. You know, I was doing pretty good with that. And I was 5'5", 5'6", playing cornerback, you know, but I was an athlete, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I did pretty good, and it got me to go off to college, yeah.
Nice. So, in high school, people, we trying to figure out who we are.
Right.
So did you went through this like the same process? Like, I can fit in with these people. I can fit in with this type of group. Because me in high school, I was a nerd.
Yeah.
But I was super popular because
Yeah.
I was an athlete. So with that, how was it for you, for people who still trying to figure out their way in high school?
Well, I think I was a leader because I was wiser than a lot of the kids my age because of who was raising me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot more things than some of my friends was seeing because of how I was being raised. And like I said, we had a liquor house in the backyard. They was older, you know what I'm saying? So I had a little freedom. I could move a little bit like I wanted to. So when I got to high school and with playing ball and being good and having a name, I was kind of like in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like in front of everybody. And I don't know. I was a popular kid, I would say. You know what I'm saying? But I hung out with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was friends with everybody. I didn't really have a particular group, man. It wasn't like the cool kids over here, the jocks over here. It wasn't nothing like that with me, man. I was cool. I rocked with everybody. If you was a nerd, man, hell, teach me something. You know what I'm saying? If you was a ball player, you know what I'm saying? We was rocking anyway, So, I don't know. I just had friends all over the place, man. I think for me, I always wanted to see outside of Greer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was always wanting to know, it's got to be something more than just Greer. You know what I'm saying? More than just Greenville, Spartanburg, GSP, this area where I was living in. You know what I'm saying? So I think a little bit different from my friends is I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? I was very curious and very anxious on leaving, you know what I'm saying, and getting out of South Carolina, you know what I'm saying, as fast as I could. Not because I didn't like it, because I just wanted to see life and see something different, man, you know what I'm saying? It was too small.
That's how it was for me. So my coach, I think my senior year, he just drove me around the neighborhood. It's like, you see that guy, he been for 10 years. Same old thing, he's still on the porch.
Right.
You do not want to be that guy.
Right.
10 years from now, everybody, graduating high school, you still that same person everybody knows to be on the porch.
Right.
And that inspired me to really get out and just do. I need to go. So as soon as I graduated, man, my head coach was like, "Hey, man, we got you in the Air Force." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gone next month. I was gone. So you high school, what college did you went to?
First, now this is my friends tease me about this a lot because, like I said, I was always on the go, man. But I got recruited and I was getting looked at a few Division II schools, and I ended up going to a HBCU in South Carolina called Benedict College.
Yes.
In Columbia. Yeah. I went down there for one semester. They was wilding.
Yeah.
They was wilding in Columbia. Man, listen, bro. I was like, I could have stayed home, you know what I'm saying, do this, you know what I'm saying? So, but I love Benedict. I had a good time, man. But for me, football was my focus. And of course education, but football was what I wanted to do, and so I left there and I transferred to a school called Tusculum College in Greenville, Tennessee, and I played ball up there and stayed up for a little bit, and, you know what I'm saying, until things transpired in life, you know what I'm saying, but that's where I was, Tusculum College, and I stayed there for a little bit as well, and I transferred, and my friends teased me, and I played my last year of football, college football at Belhaven University in Jackson, Mississippi.
That sounds like a Christian college.
Yeah, actually it is.
Okay.
It's a very religious school, very, you know what I'm saying, small school right in the heart of Jackson, Mississippi, not too far from Jackson State. Okay. Another school called Millsaps that's right down the road. And yeah, man, I played football there and came on back down the road.
From going from different colleges to Benedict to
Tusculum
to Belhaven. As Christian college, what are some things that you learned there at the Christian college that you think we as a culture can benefit from there? Because I'm spiritual. I'm more spiritual than Christianity. So what's some things that we as a people probably can learn from a Christian college?
Well, I'm more leaning like you. I'm very spiritual than I am religious. More righteous than anything, and that's part of the name of my group, my organization, Rugged Past Righteous Future. Righteous in the root word of righteous is right. And I think down at Belhaven, it was very, very structured. You know what I'm saying? I learned more of structure than I did anything, because when you get out of high school and you go off to college, nobody's waking you up in the morning to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Mom and dad, hey, get up, catch the bus, or get up. You know what I'm saying? When you're in college, you kind of get that independence of your own.
Correct.
When I got to Belhaven, they was really on structure. You know what I'm saying? And you know, then we had a religious class. You know what I'm saying? Where they taught us, you know what I'm saying, religious things. But I think I learned mostly there, just structure, timing. You know what I'm saying? Just that institution was really big on, you know, the foundation of everything in order. You know what I'm saying? From a religious school to what it was. But we were still college students. So we were still being college students.
You know, Charleston Southern, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't have sex, man.
Yes.
You gotta go to church every Sunday. You can't miss the church.
They had it to, you couldn't be in the dorms. Yeah, it was crazy. But again, we was college students.
So you find a way.
Yeah, you gonna find it. Well, there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? We found ways of having fun, man, and being college students. But they did, man. Man, the structure there was crazy, man. Getting up, you had to have a religious class, one of them. You had to at least go to, it was like a sermon or something once. I don't know, it was something crazy. It was something always, you know what I'm saying, that was, for that certain religion at that school. But like I said, most of the thing, man, it was, to be honest with you, it was football for me. I was going to play ball, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Honest, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Shit. What did you get your degree in?
It was supposed to be business management, but I ended up changing it to kinesiology, being a PE teacher, football coach. That's what I want to do, is coach. And when I got to Belhaven, actually, I backed that up. When I was at Tusculum, I bumped into a friend of mine who's actually doing very well right now. His name is Tory Dandy. He's an agent, sports agent, some big name sports people, Sammy Watkins, things like that. And he kind of influenced me a little bit. He don't even know it to this day, but I was watching him and seeing what he was doing, you know what I'm saying? And then he went off, and now he's a big agent. And I wanted to do sports management as well a little bit with kinesiology. I was being a PE teacher and things like that, because I just wanted to stay around sports. You know what I'm saying? I knew that. I was familiar with that. I was comfortable with talking football, you know what I'm saying, and doing things like that. I knew that, you know what I'm saying? Other than coming from where I'm from, this I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to stay kind of in that little realm. And business, watching my grandfather be an entrepreneur, having a third grade education, I wanted to work for myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I watched him work for himself, you know what I'm saying? So either I was going to coach or going to do what I'm doing now, you know what I'm saying? One way or the other.
So how important is for someone to have that figure in their life, the entrepreneurship figure, those friends in that circle around you that also just branding out and doing things outside of the norm? It's
imperative, man. Again, I repeat a lot of things that my grandfather taught me. If you're around three broke people, you be the fourth.
Yes.
You feel me? So putting yourself around people that's making the moves that you want to make, or you know what I'm saying? Or being around, like my grandfather, watching him start his liquor house. That's a business. He had an LLC for it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a business, you know. I watched him, when he couldn't do that anymore, start a trash company. And he bought an old pickup truck, and he would go around. He learned that outside the city limits, you could pick up trash like an independent contractor. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have the overhead as waste management, the other one, so he had to pay that kind of money. So he just bought a pickup truck, got a contract at the landfill, and started talking to friends. Hey, I'll pick up your trash for this. Man got up to 300 houses. He was a hustler. So for me, watching him move the way he was moving, you know what I'm saying, it kind of just rubbed off on me, you know what I'm saying, to where I knew that I could be a boss without having to go to college and go the routes that a lot of people was going, because I watched my grandfather be a boss just by knowing business. You know what I'm saying? So I think being around people like that and watching them move, watching their mistakes, watching them, you know what I'm saying, the things that they do, it kind of rubs off on you. And even if you don't do that, you still got those traits and attributes, you know what I'm saying, from them. Yeah.
So with that, how important it is to focus on one business, right? To kind of, you know how your cup get filled with water and it kind of spill into the next one. So how important is to focus on one business, build that foundation, as an entrepreneur rather than try to start multiple at one time? Or how did you did yours?
Well, that's you got to look at business as a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Well, the business as your kid, basically, and whoever you like get in business with, you know what I'm saying? That's who you married to in that business. You know what I'm saying? And with that kid being your business, you know what I'm saying? If you got two of them, you see how it is. Where you got to focus the attention over here and different personalities, you know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with it. And that's how businesses is. Like kids, you know what I'm saying? It's like for my nonprofit organization, Rugged Past Righteous Future, it's totally different in the people I deal with than the logistics side. See what I'm saying? So I had to build this foundation over here and get this in line and have it as a well-oiled machine moving steady before I can concentrate over here. Because the objective of being a boss is to fire yourself. You see what I'm saying? So if you doing this for your company, you want to build your company big enough to fire yourself, to put somebody in that position so you can concentrate on something else in that business. That's when you see yourself growing.
I never thought about that.
You see what I'm saying? So you want to keep firing yourself in each of these positions. And if you're doing that, it's hard to do it when you got another business that you worrying about and that you're dealing with. That's why I tell people, if you're going to be an entrepreneur and work, you're going to have to find that time in between, because this child going to get jealous of this child. You know what I'm saying? Until you get them both mature and they can take care of themselves, you're going to have to find one to concentrate on. And that's what I did with Rugged Past Righteous Future. I got it built. I got my 501(c). I got all the legal stuff that I needed to run this business and learn about a nonprofit, you know what I'm saying? And then I figured out, okay, from this, I can do this logistics company. So I got the program, CDL program, and I started a trucking company. Now it feeds and it helps itself. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would say, if you're gonna have, because you wanna have multiple businesses, because you want multiple streams of income.
Correct. You
see what I'm saying? So you want to have that, but you want to have one that you know, this is my bread and butter, this is what I got. So if all these other shits fall, I got this one. You know what I'm saying? I got this one down pat. And that's, I say, focus on one, get it running. Then from that, be an investor. See, here's another thing about business that people get mixed up on. Not everybody's built to be a boss.
Correct.
Some people are supposed to be worker bees. Some people is worker ants. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everybody want to run out and become a business owner, and that's not, you know what I'm saying, that might not be in your nature, that might be who you are. So I would say first, make sure that you want to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you might be it's millionaires that work for people. Yes. You feel me?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's very successful people who work for people. So you don't have to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think that to be successful, you got to be an entrepreneur or have a business. You know what I'm saying? And that's not true either. You know what I'm saying? So really find out what you want to do, who you want to, you know what I'm saying? And then going from there with the business side, but having one to focus on and then kind of branch off to the other.
It's like, say someone comes to your trucking company, like, hey, I got a master's, a PhD at MIT for building truck engines for your fixing it. It's like, this dude's a valuable asset. I need this guy. And he's like, I'm mobile. Anywhere your truck break down, I can go to and get it. Then you look at him like, okay, this what he's gonna do is propel my business and add value. And be a very valuable asset. And
people like that, they also bring other entities and elements to your business.
Correct.
And that's what it's cause. That's funny you say that.
All right, so we left off at foundation. Building. So we start here. We're building a team. But you said something earlier about chess. I want you to break down that chess before we roll in. Break down the chess. And
well, I tell anybody, like, life is like chess, and if anybody who play chess, they'll know, man, that, you know, in the game of chess, you got pawns for a reason, because people got to play their part. You know what I'm saying? People got to sacrifice for you. People got to, you know, make certain moves for you that, you know what I'm saying, that you can't move. And as the king, you know what I'm saying, their job is to protect you. And that's what you got to have as being the boss of your business. You know what I'm saying? Your people, your bishops, your knights, and things that's on your chessboard, on a part of your team. You know what I'm saying? They got to be in place to protect you, to make sure your business is functioning well. And you know what I'm saying? Your queen, who, like I say, everybody say she the most valuable. She is, in the sense that she moved everywhere around there to protect you, right? Well, that's who you need on your team as a business. That queen can be your partner. You know what I'm saying? Your business partner. That queen can be your wife that's on the team, that's behind the scenes.
Right.
You need that one person, that queen, on your business, like that chessboard that's 3 steps ahead, that's helping you make decisions, seeing moves for you that you don't see while you sitting back watching. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't watch everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't watch everything, so you need that. Man, I tell anybody, man, take up chess. Chess is a very, very game that's relatable with life and decisions and being strategic and being 3 moves ahead, and you know what I'm saying, being to make moves, because like I said, they playing chess too on the other end, and that's how it is in life. You know what I'm saying? These other businesses and entrepreneurs, they playing chess too, so you out here moving and shaking with them as well, man. But yeah, that's I always kind of relate my businesses and things like that back to the game of chess. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And how to move.
So what started first, your foundation or the trucking business?
Rugged Past Righteous Future started first.
Okay.
Like I said, I was telling you like before, you know what I'm saying, for every testimony, you got to have a test. And for Rugged Past Righteous Future, that was my test. Back in 2004, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, being a young college student, being with some people, you know, I got myself in a predicament that I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And it translated into having to do time that I shouldn't have had to do. I took 15 years of fighting to get that off my name. You know what I'm saying? And the truth always outrun a lie. I tell anybody that, you know what I'm saying? Truth always going to reveal itself at the end. You know what I'm saying? So starting Rugged Past Righteous Future from me being incarcerated, I got a 10-year suspended to 18 months, 5-year sentence. I went off to prison and had to register as a sex offender, actually. Yes. And I had to fight for 15 years to get my name back, to say that I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? But from that, when I got my name back, February 23rd, 2021.
Right. I'm born February 24th.
See? February 23rd, 2021, I finally got my case to go back in front of a judge 15 years later. He overturned it, you know what I'm saying, gave my name back. 3 days later, I started Rugged Past Righteous Future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to help individuals. Yeah, man, I wanted to help people not go through what I went through, because when you're in prison, everybody's saying I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Your roommate probably done killed 20 people. He like, I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? So being in there saying I didn't do it, I knew it wasn't going to help. I have to show by action. I had to show by moving and my character and who I am, showing people who, you know what I'm saying, how I moved, that I wasn't the person that I was in prison for, that I was just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? And that happens. You know what I'm saying? That happens to good people. But I took that and I started Rugged Past Righteous Future to give these individuals second chances, because I seen brilliant minds behind those walls. I seen some of the smartest people I ever met in my life behind those walls, who just needed a chance, just needed the opportunity to say, you know what, maybe I didn't go to college and get a 4-year degree, because I went to college. You know what I'm saying? And those guys was in there just as smart as I was, as smart as some of the people I knew that was in college. Correct. But they had put themselves in predicaments, or then got themselves caught up in some things, and now the rest of their life they can't live like you and I maybe can because of a mistake. That's not fair. That's not right. Correct. So it's always kind of honed on me, man. And I said, I'm gonna start an organization. I want to help people not go through it, because during this whole time, during this 15 years as being a felon, I still had to work. I still had to find, you know what I'm saying, jobs. I still had to figure it out in life. So I couldn't use the crutch of being an ex-felon. Well, I can't, my kids don't want to hear, Daddy, I need some clothes, or I can't get it because I'm a felon, they won't give me a job. They ain't trying to hear that, you know what I'm saying? So I had to figure it out, as in taking jobs that, you know what I'm saying, some people normally wouldn't take. You know what I'm saying? But that humbled me to be able to be where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Backyard Burger. I I still got the shirt and can smell the grease in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you keep that just for?
I humble me. Yeah, I keep it to humble me. I still can grab that shirt and smell the grease in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember flipping them burgers back there. I remember washing cars. You know what I'm saying? That's what moved me here to Georgia. I became a general manager in the car business. But I love talking and meeting people and, you know what I'm saying, conversing and stuff like that. So I would be washing the cars in the bay when they come around, man. And when I take them back to the people who bought the car, I'll be telling them about all the features in it, right? Hey, the car got this, the car got that. And that kind of went to the sales people where the manager was like, well, damn, man, he know more about the car than he's selling the car, the features. Won't you be a salesman? So they made me a salesman. When I got to be a salesman, you know what I'm saying, I learned that a 3-inch tongue could kill a 6-foot man. Words is powerful.
A what?
A 3-inch tongue can kill a 6-foot man. Your words is powerful. Words is very powerful, man. So I started learning how to talk to people and communicate with and selling things and hitting the hot points that they like about these certain features that they start overlooking my background because I could do the job. So they start giving me a second chance because it wasn't about what happened back before. This man really can sell cars. You know what I'm saying? This man really know how to talk to people. So, but I seen where the money was with the finance. So I like, you know, being a hustler, being from where we from, you know what I'm saying? Like now I done got my foot in the door, and that's all people like us need is our foot in the door. Give me a chance and I can show you what I can do. And that's all I wanted. And when I got my foot in the door, man, I moved from washing cars to always being the general manager in the car business. You know what I'm saying? And I kept that, you know what I'm saying, to build and to show people that, hey, you can still do it. Even though you got a felon, you got a background or whatever, you can still go out here and find a job, build your way up, stack your money until you figure it out, what you want to do. And like I said, when I got free, man, and got my name clear, I started my organization and it took off because people can relate. And I think what separated me from everybody else is a lot of these organizations want to help people who have been incarcerated.
Correct.
But they can't relate. You maybe had an uncle that was in jail, so you feel the call, so you want to help, but you don't know what your uncle been through. Can't nobody in those prisons or nobody that come out of prison that come into my organization say that I can't relate because I did the time. I was behind the walls. So you can't tell me, man, you don't know how I feel. Yeah, I do.
It's similar to, I was telling someone else yesterday, well, police officers, man. Police officers patrolling the areas don't even grow up in the area. They don't even know who Mrs. Brown is no more. You don't know who officer, like we had an officer on Johns Island, South Carolina. Everybody know who Officer White was. Yeah. From the kids all to the grandkids. In each school, we all know who so-and-so was. Right. Nowadays, you got Tom from north side going to patrol south side. He don't even know nobody out there. Don't know nobody out there. Don't have a relationship. Don't try to go out there and actually go door to door just to check up on people, see how they're doing. That's one thing I want to bring.
I think that's the biggest problem right there, though, is relationships in the community. And that's why one of the programs that I have with Rugged Past Righteous Future is Project Payback. And Project Payback is a program for community service. Like I said, if you sold dope on Mr. Johnson's corner, now you're going to go out there and cut his grass. Because now you got to build that relationship. Now you got to build that trust back to where they say, okay, you're not the same guy that was out here selling that dope. But that's like you say, these relationships in the community with the police, if you out here patrolling, you got to know Mr. Johnny. You know what I'm saying? For him to feel safe, for you to, you know what I'm saying? Why is these police and nobody out here know anybody in the communities no more? And I think with my organization, getting back out in front of these people and getting these people who was out in the communities who these people were scared of and seeing that, hey, these people out here, they deserve a second chance. They out here to help you. They out here to, because here's the alternative. If you don't help them or give them a second chance, then the alternative is doing what they did before. Now you become a victim, possibly. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of the two things that, hey, let's try to give these people an opportunity to change their lives or keep them in the same boat and risk my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's about building those relationships, having these police out here to that know you and I, and like you were saying with that too, that lessens crime when I don't want to make these mistakes because I know Officer Tommy.
Right, he was probably your coach.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want to upset Officer Tommy.
And I had a coach who was my soccer coach, man. He was the police officer too. I said, I can't. Officer Desperado was his name. Yeah. I said, I can't do that.
You don't want to hurt him. Yeah.
Okay, so trucking business, man. For people who want to start a trucking business, what is the first steps they can do? And what steps they should not skip at all, and maybe something they could probably bypass?
So trucking business came to me very unique, man. Like I said, I do not have a CDL. I have never drove a semi truck in my life, but I own it, right? Because I know how to run a business. And the problem that most truckers have is they know how to drive a truck, but they don't know how to run a business. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they go out of business. See, it's hard for me to go, I don't have to know how to drive the truck. I can hire you to drive it, but I know how to run the business. I think you got to learn the business side of it first. Once you learn the X's and O's, then you know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Then you know how to put the things in place, even if you're a driver or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, study. When I say study, you know, there's a lot of people that sell programs and things like that. Man, I really just got on the YouTube and started just doing my research, learning the terminologies, you know what I'm saying? Dry van, flatbed, you know what I'm saying? Learning where to get my loads from, just things that I knew that I need to make the money in the business. I figured it out. I learned it. But most importantly for me, it was for my nonprofit organization, creating an opportunity for people. So if I got them, helped them get a CDL, if I helped them learn how to dispatch, then they could figure it out on their own, you know what I'm saying, know how to get out there. But then it became, well, maybe I can hire them and give them a job and opportunity myself.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned the business. I went out and I found me a truck. I bought me a truck, man.
Did you buy a used or?
I bought a used truck.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought a used truck. And I tell people with that, man, you know, be creative. Number one rule I give people about any business, logistics, nonprofit, I don't care what you want to do. Figure out what's going to land you in jail. Figure out everything that's illegal, and then do the opposite. Look how big the doors open for that. You see what I'm saying?
That's very smart. That's what I got a business lawyer. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Get yourself a lawyer. Yep.
Ask your lawyer, hey, in this business right here, if I do this, will this put me in jail? Yes. So that means if I do it this way, I'm not going to go to jail. Right. Then do it that way. Correct. What we get mixed up is we try to do everything the way we watch somebody else do it. And you got to create your business to fit you. You see what I'm saying? Because not all sides fit all in business. You know what I'm saying? No matter every Walmart, you got Walmarts in every corner, but they all run same but differently with different managers. You know what I'm saying? So with business, I just figured out, okay, with the logistics side, what can I do? I put back money because I knew I was gonna make mistakes. Be prepared for mistakes that I knew I wasn't gonna know things. So I put money back for that. You see what I'm saying? It's like chess. Like I said, being 3 steps ahead. I knew something's gonna happen to this truck. I'm not gonna know because I'm not a mechanic. And somebody's gonna tell me something is not, you know what I'm saying, that something is probably not wrong with the truck, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
I gotta pay it anyway.
Because you don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I knew things like that was gonna happen to me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of prepared myself for that. But just the basic things of, you know, finding a good driver, finding a good truck, learning how to get loads, learning how to, you know, the safety, because that's the most important thing, you know what I'm saying? Making sure everything is good on my truck safety-wise for my driver, making sure my driver is up to par, you know what I'm saying, and be out there on that road. But other than that, man, it's just business, you know what I'm saying? It's just business, knowing how to run business, you know.
Man, so where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Man, I want to continue to grow. I want my nonprofit organization to be not just a state thing. I want it to be state to state thing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's prisons everywhere. So a lot of people need help. So I want to branch off and have, you know, different chapters of Rugged Past Righteous Future. of course, grow my fleet with the trucking company to be able to bring, these individuals coming out of Department of Corrections straight into work, and grow the barbershop side of it, the cosmetology side of it. You know what I'm saying? Getting a shop. I'm working on something now called Beveled, and that's going to be where, again, it's a clothing store and a barbershop where these guys can get their license, come in, they can cut hair, and while you waiting to get your hair cut, you can shop. You know what I'm saying? But this giving opportunities to these people that's getting out of prison, jobs that they can get their license for, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. And you can put these businesses together for them to have opportunities to work. And that's what I want to continue to do, you know what I'm saying? The next 5 years is continue to create opportunities for these guys, man. Different jobs, man, different. I tell everybody, I want to write a book called the 10,000 businesses you can create under $10,000.
That'd be very nice. A lot of people.
And
put the steps in, like step 1.
Yeah, bro. Like you can do I was talking about like a extermination job. You buy a little pickup truck and just get the chemicals. These are things that you can put for these people that's been in prison to get them jobs and opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But you're making yourself a boss under 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? But we think that it takes a whole lot of money to start these businesses to make money, but it don't. It don't, man. It just take a whole lot of effort.
Just effort, like even with a camera.
Yeah.
And I can show you how to record, the record button. You can just be the guy who's behind the camera and just make sure it's work. So while I'm here is talking to you, they're just making sure everything's running smoothly. That's a job.
That's a job, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a job.
Then you can take that and you can grow to a red dragon or the red magic to shooting game shows one day. It's a job. It's
snowball. It's snowballing to pick stuff. And that's all I want to do in the next 5 years, man, is continue to snowball the momentum that I have, man. You know what I'm saying? My football coach said this, and I never forget this as well. He said, he asked me the difference between extraordinary and ordinary. And I couldn't figure it out. He said it's in the spelling. It's extra, extraordinary. And he said if you want to separate yourself and be either ordinary or extraordinary, you got to do the extra. That's what makes you extraordinary. So with businesses in the next 5 years, I'm just trying to do that extra, man. You know what I'm saying? To make myself extraordinary, to separate myself from other small business entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying, in the area, and just create these opportunities for these guys coming home from prison and put them in these trucks, man, and just continue to grow.
Man, that's dope because, I relied on my talent in high school a lot because I was already better than everybody. Yeah. So I got invited to the USC Under Armour at the Columbia, and I didn't win because the summertime, my coach said, okay, we needed you to lift 185. I can't get that goddamn bar. He said, I don't know, the USC, I know they sent you a letter and want you to, but you can't go in there and embarrass yourself. Yeah. So that, then I got another invite somewhere else. I had Millikan College writing me letters from Illinois, Coastal Carolina, Charleston Southern University, and City of Interest. And with that, he was like, man, every morning I come to your house, and I said, I can't get you out your bed. I'm knocking your window, you gonna sleep. You want to your best friend getting offers, you know what I'm saying? You sleep in your bed while he's up working out.
It's the extra.
It's the extra.
It's the extra, man.
And it's like, I didn't realize that until I got older. It's like, damn, I was lazy. And the day before my senior year, the playoff game, my last playoff game, played against Burke High School. And the coach Maltese, you're not a senior, you don't got to practice as much. So I was standing back and just watching plays. He said, could have been greater where you are, but you know why? Because you're lazy. He told me that directly to my face. Yeah. And I was like, this is really sad to me, dog. You don't even know me. And I was like, I felt that. That really did hurt because I didn't realize it.
Your reputation precedes you, bro. It will, bro. Business-wise and everything. That's why I said, man, business with your reputation is everything. And, again, separating yourself and doing the extra. You know what I'm saying? The little things and the extra. Those two are the main things that I live by in business is the small things and being extraordinary, the extra. Separating myself from the ordinary people because everybody ordinary. If you in business, that means you're good enough to do business. See what I'm saying? Look at it from the perspective of the NFL. If you made it to the NFL, you a pro. You good. That don't mean you a Tom Brady.
But you're good.
But you're good. And that's how it is now. You got a lot of businesses out here, but you got some extraordinary businesses out here. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing the extra that those ordinary businesses not doing. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Just separate myself and just do the extra and the little things and pay attention to those things. So I will be existing and be here in 5 years. Because that's the main goal as well. You know, when people ask the question, where you want to be in 5 years? Well, I'm already in business. I want to continue to be in business. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what I'm saying? Because longevity and tenure is the key. You know what I'm saying? Staying in business. And once you can stay in business, everything else kind of fall in place. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for me.
So how can someone reach out to you for your programs for Righteous?
Rugged Past, Righteous Future.
Rugged Past, Righteous Future. How can someone, you know, they're looking for a job, they're in that same position, but they can't find the hope. So how can they reach out to you for that, and how can truckers reach out to you? You
can go on to our website, www.ruggedpastrighteousfuture. It's a whole website. You can log on there. You can sign up for classes. We have classes to help you find jobs. We have classes for community service, and we have classes for parenting for your kids. And then we have www.rprflogistics.com. So if you want a job opportunity, even if you haven't been to prison, but you want to drive a truck and you have CDLs, you can go on to that website and you can reach us there. Or you can reach us from our social media outlets, Rugged Past Righteous Future on Instagram and RPR Logistics on Instagram as well. Yeah.
Nice. And one words of wisdom that you live by every single day.
I got it tattooed on my chest. Live life for a living. Live life for a living, man. You know, we here for a blip. You know what I'm saying? Earth been here a million years. The oldest person lived for 100 and something. You see what I'm saying? So we here no time, man. So while you here, live the hell out of this shit. Have a good time, man. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And because once you're gone, you're out of here. That's it.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Adrian. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do a words of wisdom with the reels.
Yeah.
That was so dope, man.